Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake. Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through June 4th is buy 2 New York strips, get 1 sirloin for free. Also, $1.50 off gelato pints and scoops of gelato for just 50 cents. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Hey guys, it's Nick. 93.7 The Ticket is excited to be broadcasting this weekend from Stillwater, Oklahoma, as the Big Ten champion Nebraska baseball team appears in their first regional since 2021. From Friday through Monday, Austin and I will have pregame shows, postgame reactions, interviews, and other thoughts from Stillwater as the Huskers begin their road to Omaha. Regional coverage is presented by Mullen Motors, Sandhills Global, and Blur Events. It's NCAA baseball tournament coverage live from Stillwater, Oklahoma, this Friday through Monday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello and welcome into Youth Football 101 right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We got Tank Perry in here from the Nebraska Red Wolves. So I'm just going to throw it over to you. Tank, how are you doing?
We're doing pretty good, Tank. Everything's working out pretty good. A little time off last week. Jim had the controls last week.
Jim did great last week.
Yeah.
Did great.
Yeah.
Can we get a round of applause?
Yeah.
Woo!
I have to try to not say or right many times according to my wife.
That's fine. That's the critics. And you didn't make it until you get critics. So now you know you made it.
Like Mike said, good thing is you didn't have to use the dump button on me. So
I did not have to press that button one time. So we were good. That was good.
Go. This is all about all things football, right? All things football. We're going to cover Lincoln Youth football. Got my man in the house today. Mike Lamano's got it in the house. We got Brett Altman in the house from my UBT. My partner in crime over there, the president of LYF, Jim Sandman. You can also watch the show, have a conversation with us by using Sartor Heyman text line at 402-464-5685. We're also on the Sartor Heyman live video stream. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Cable channel 961. We want to give a shout out to Character Chronicles today. We appreciate everything that Adam's doing for us. And we're going to kind of get this thing rocking and rolling. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Yeah.
Real good.
Ready to go? Okay, so we have probably one of the kings of Lincoln Youth football.
Where did that come from?
King.
Yeah. He's one of the premier coaches out there and athletic directors. We appreciate everything that he's done. I've learned a lot about him since I've been here. He also has handled the quarterback as well for the Red Wolves 7v7, really changed the game for that as well. So today in this segment, we're going to focus to that and kind of pay tribute to what you've done with Union Bank and Trust, right? So let's kind of go from there.
Well, obviously, Union Bank and Trust has been with Lincoln Youth Football for 23, 24 years, something that now as a sponsor. Primarily servicing that area of kids around roughly the Southwest High School Attendance District. I've been going into I believe it's my 9th year with the organization, with the league. First year came in strictly as a coach of our 8th grade team. Second year became a member of our board of directors and have been part of since serving as athletic director and the past president of the league for about 4 years before Jim took over.
Well, let's give it up for UBT. Thank you so much.
Woo! We got 2 rounds of applause.
I know, right?
That's already 2 on the show. That's already 2. How many do you think we can get to?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
We're going to keep this thing rocking.
We're going to have a little meter going.
So, before we continue, let's introduce Brett.
So Brett Oltman has been coaching with me for how many years now?
I think we're going on 6 now.
Going on our 6th year. He's had one son who's gone through our program already. He's on his 2nd son. Brett is the head coach of his team and has been doing some great things with us, coming in initially as a position coach and then eventually matriculating his way up to being a head coach of what is now going to be essentially our B team or our 7th graders.
Okay. Yep. So, Brett, welcome. Welcome to the
Thanks.
show.
Good to be here.
All things football, and what we're trying to make sure that the message is the right message for what we're doing for Lincoln Youth Football. And so having men who volunteer their time on the show is extremely important. So what are some of the things that you've enjoyed and maybe even some of the obstacles that you've had since you've been with the program? And also let's talk about your sons as well.
All right. I think one of my favorite things too is obviously watching my sons, getting to coach them in there too. But it's really watching how we have our coaches roll up through the divisions and stay with those teams, so you can actually see, hey, who's picking it up. Okay. You know, when it comes to football things, and then also kind of more importantly to me is who's making a difference in their own lives. Just trying to teach boys and girls how to be good adults, be good people.
So everybody understands when you say coaches rolling up, right? So you're meaning that when you start with the division and those kids move up, you move up with those kids.
Right.
Yeah. When I initially started with the program, basically we had a group of coaches who coached our rookie team, and then they graduated up to a new staff.
Okay.
I didn't feel that was the best in development and continuity for the kids. So I got all of our coaches together and we talked about it, and we decided that best thing to do, keep coaches with those kids and let them move up each year so we can keep that continuity going, build off existing playbooks, and just have that relationship and rapport between the players and the coaches.
And that's a really good touch point, which is why I'm highlighting that. I'm sure some of the other teams are doing that as well. But for parents to know that your kids aren't starting over every couple of years, or a new parent that comes in on the high side where their kid goes to the next level the next year, those coaches are still moving up with those kids. How's that been working out for you?
Well, really well, especially my oldest son, Aiden. He's a big relationship kid.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't really let you in, and he's not going to necessarily listen to you. He's seen you for 10 minutes.
Okay.
But once you get that rapport, once you get that built with some of those kids, it's a big world of difference. They listen more. They know what you expect of them.
Yes.
They're not chasing a new expectation every time that they're, getting on the field with somebody new. So that's been really big for him. Some of my other 2 kids probably could roll either way, but for Aiden, that was really big.
Because everybody's different, right? And everybody responds to coaching differently. Wouldn't you say, Jim?
Yeah.
Everybody looks at it different. And you've got some experience as well, Jim, obviously years of coaching. We've talked about that. How are some of the ways that you see coaches from a president standpoint and a VP standpoint in the past relating to their coaches?
Well, I mean, and Mike and I have discussed this for a long time. Let's take a step back first. There's no Jim Sandman as president if there's not Mike Lamonu as president first.
Correct.
Mike and I met each other when my son Tate, who's going to be a senior now, was in 3rd grade.
Okay.
Mike had just started doing his lineman training, and I, at the time, wasn't going to coach football. I was like, you know what? No, I'll step back and let him go. And Tate went and trained with Mike. Tate's going to do very well as his senior year in high school. He's been developing all the way through. Okay. And I've told everybody from the beginning, the reason it is because of Mike's training.
Correct.
Okay. My son and I don't mix well when it's time for coaching, and Mike's over there laughing because he knows.
Well, it's every dad.
Right. Exactly. So I joke around that the most freeing day that I had as a football coach was the day that I dropped Tate off at high school and said, "You're going here. I'm going to coach the rest of the club."
Right.
you know, so I just wanted to say that, right?
Okay.
Mike's
And that's
a
important.
mentor. Mike's a great guy. Mike's been a very big influence in my football career. But
And we're going to circle back to that too.
yeah, that's
so
fine.
keep going.
That's fine.
Yeah, keep going.
So what I wanted to build on, you know, with Mike has said multiple times when he was on the show with 7v7, and one of the things that he's taught me is kids aren't going to care unless they know that we care, right? So molding a lot around that. But building on what Brett said, we're not just working on developing kids and having that consistency, but we as coaches grow as we go up from level to level, right?
Yes.
Because anybody can sit there and make sure that a kid doesn't get hurt playing rookie, right? You have addition and subtraction. That's what we're teaching, right? And as the kids learn and we learn, you know, by the time they're to A, they're doing calculus, but you can't do that
And
unless
A
you're all
being
that's
eighth
right,
grade.
8th grade.
Okay.
So you can't build on that unless you have a great foundation. And those coaches have to learn. And I think you guys agree, those coaches have to learn and adapt as the kids adapt too, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Because we're getting these kids at like, what, 8, 9 years of age?
Well, I mean, you go all the way down to flex. I mean, we're getting some 6, 7 year
6
olds
and
kids.
7
now. Yeah.
I got a grandson that's, I think, 6 is playing,
Yeah.
and he absolutely loves it. He'd rather do that than flag. And so now back to you, Brett. What age are you coaching, and where did you start?
So this year, me coaching with the 7th graders,
Okay.
primarily, and I started with our D team. Had a few boys that year that were a little too big for rookie.
Okay.
So we ended up with a lot of young kids on D team. So it was kind of first year for those, but started up with them.
Good. And so how have they fared? You know, kind of walk everybody through, because it's really important for people to really understand how competitive, right, that LYF really is. And so how have those teams fared from year to year?
So it's kind of fun. That first year, we were kind of the other D team, I like to call them, because we had so many kids in that grade that we had to have two, and we kind of split them up into a higher and a lower team.
Yeah.
And what was really fun is watching those kids that were more developmental actually having a lot of success that year. So having a winning record, you know, throughout that year, being the second team, it was a lot of fun. And I think that built a lot of character and a lot of, you know, charisma out of some of those kids.
Yeah.
And some of them made a jump the next year, and I didn't get to have them because they developed so much. So for me, that was fun seeing it, because they came in knowing a whole lot of nothing.
Okay.
And then seeing them pick that up and really roll with it, that's been really fulfilling for me.
So we're going to talk us back to Mike. So you have a machine. A lot of people don't understand how. I'm not saying that you're perfect, because I know you're very humble, but you have a machine and you have a big group. Talk about your area, how big your team is.
I mean, historically, when I first came in the league, like, we struggled for enrollment. My first 2 years, we were low man on totem pole, just enough kids to put a group of kids together at each level. Yeah. Now we are typically full before registration cutoff even happens. And part of that is, while some coaches focus on winning, initially, my thing was establishing an identity for our district, primarily through culture.
Yes.
And we not that we had a bad culture when I came in, we just didn't have a culture. Each division had their own.
Yes.
Because those coaches stayed at those levels.
Yes.
So my thing is establish culture first, develop character within the kids, develop our coaches along with those kids, and the winning will eventually happen. Now, it took, you know, everybody looks at the last 4 years.
Right.
And, you know, yes, I have been lucky enough to be housing a whole bunch of trophies in my garage.
Right.
But it took me 4 years of building that culture to get us to that point. And I'm not going to lie, we got for those first 4 years, there were several teams that got their teeth kicked in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But those kids, I'm so proud of them, because they laid the foundation of what we are now.
I love this story because sometimes we focus on winning so much and we create these cheat codes, right? Not saying that we do, but it happens out there in life that you forget to develop the kids and to go through that winning culture experience to really be able to contribute to the league that you're in, to be more
100%
more competitive. And so what you've done is you've allowed the league to be more competitive. And obviously other ADs and sponsor reps have done the same. but that is so important because that's how we're getting better and better. Would you agree or disagree?
Oh, I would wholeheartedly agree. I mean, I look at, during those first 4 years, you had some teams who, a team who could win here, another team who could win there.
Sure.
And now the talk around is like, what do we, this sounds like I'm bragging and boasting, but it's like, what do we got to do to beat those guys in the South End?
Yes.
And I love that, but also I understand that by us raising our level of play, our level of competition, it forces this league to be better.
Yes.
Forces them to adapt their playbook, adapt their strategies. It forces the coaches, most importantly, to develop their craft as well. Because the better coaches we have, the better product we put on the field.
Yes.
And also the better young men and women we create that leave our program and go on to high school.
And you stated that because the first few years wasn't pretty, right? Somebody else was better.
Yeah.
And so you had to become better, which has made the league more competitive again. And then there are others that are working as well, like you said, to work on that. Now, how has the experience on the other side been with this guy?
Right? Don't ask him.
Yeah. Let's get the tea leaves here, right?
Keep it PG.
Yeah, right. Well, I think one of the biggest things for me, so when I came in with my oldest son, my experience was playing high school and watching like some other coaching, so at a pretty high level. So coming in and trying to figure out, hey, how do you translate some very high-end technique coaching? How do you break that down? And Mike, I mean, I remember pretty succinctly, Mike told me one day, he's just like, hey, teach him one thing today.
Yes.
You don't have to teach him all 72 things you want him to learn. Let's get good at that one thing today.
Yes.
He's like, and then you get past that. So that was one of the pieces I know Mike helped me with too. That and really helping us gauge a different barometer for success. So wins are great. Everybody's competitive, very competitive. But how do you make your team successful today? And that's in practice. That's how do you get better today? And how do you teach them, hey, get better today than more better today than yesterday, get better tomorrow more than today?
Do you think you're shaping their lives?
And
in which ways do you see that?
And that's the big thing. We've had some kids, and I when I was a position coach too, I kind of took a couple under my wing and started really working with them on a personal level because we had some that had some personal issues, some school issues in there too. So really, it's teaching them how to be grateful for what they have. And that's, in football, you can see that through and through, but also then how does that translate into life? So having some of those conversations with, hey, which teachers are you struggling with? Hey, make it a point. Go tell them thank you for something.
That's awesome.
How do you teach them to be grateful? And, it's little things that we can get onto the football field, but the hope is that that's translating into the bigger world too.
Do you see it translate to the high school where your kids
are
out
absolutely.
there?
I mean, we look at, we see so many of our young men and women that go on in the high school game and then have success in the high school game. But I think what, as coaches within Union Bank, we talk about it and we talk about how great our kids are off the field. They're humble. I mean, they're still teenagers.
Yeah.
So they're going to do those stupid teenager things and say those stupid teenager things, but they're good kids, and I think, our coaching staff have played a role in molding that clay into creating the future leaders, of our community.
That's phenomenal. Okay. So I want to swing because, and kind of change direction as we're getting to the bottom half of the segment. When I came in and we were talking outside, something that struck me was the conversation that Jim and you were having as far as, the swing in LYF from what it was 19 years ago to what it is today. How did we do that? Right? How did we get this so competitive where, we've got 1,400 kids a year wanting to play football and those parents supporting that? How did that develop?
Well, I think when we came in, like our league was struggling.
Okay.
Like,
so what years?
Like, what was that? 14, 15-ish.
Okay.
Like we were talking about, like we were having discussions in those board meetings about if this trend continues, here's our drop dead number for enrollment. This is where we fold. And it was at that, it was the height or towards the end of the peak of the concussion scares.
The concussion scares. Yep.
There was a lot of that. So part of that initially was molding how, changing and adapting how we teach as a league contact, how we tackle, how we block, trying to do everything we can to remove the head from the game and start using more hands and lower body or torso for contact activities. Also, I believe Jim agree with this, maybe not, but we had some in that board of directors room. We had some older people in there and who they were kind of stuck in their ways and saw football as only needing to be one way. We got some fresh blood in. We were able to change the mind dynamics of others, and we were able to move this to where we are now. Not saying that we're done, but I think that we've been able to not necessarily create a new product, but we've been able to create a better product by the leaders that we have within our board of directors.
And that's critical because sometimes change is difficult, but change is good. We're not saying that those folks were bad. No. They probably had their purpose and were ironclad in what they needed to do. But in this swing since 2015.
Well, a lot of those guys coached us when we were kids, not Mike, because Mike wasn't here, but same kinds of coach, right? Coaches we had, the militant guys, the martial law guys, the guys that if you mess something up, it was being punished. I think now what you're starting to see, and we've talked about it before on the show about how kids are now, right? Mentioned it earlier about caring, but it can be as simple as saying something to a kid, pulling a kid aside instead of screaming at him, saying, look, I like what you tried to do. Let's try this next time. Keep working hard. Something as simple as that. Just sandwiching.
I just look at it as like my evolution of coaching and how I personally like to be coached. Like, I would love for Bear Bryant to be my coach.
Sure.
I'm like watching that movie Junction Boys. Like, I would definitely respond to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's not today's.
That's not
today's kids. And so I always tell my coaches is you got to catch them doing something right more than you got to catch them doing something wrong.
Exactly.
And understanding when they need the attaboy and when they need the proverbial foot to pant.
Yeah.
Or when it's going to be, they need the hug or they need that stern conversation.
Meeting them where they are. You got to meet, I think Paulo Freire, there's a book out there that was really famous about South America. But one of the things that he did, which was so successful, was he kind of began to meet people where they are. And I think that's where we are with football right now. It's unfortunate that people are saying kids are soft nowadays, that kids are that, kids are this.
They're just different.
They're different, but the skill level is so much better than anything that I've ever seen. And I've been around a while because they look at things different and there's so many more things afforded to them. They can watch reels. They can watch YouTube. They can watch Facebook. They can watch so many things out there and watch professionals in college.
The resources.
Resources doing what they need to do.
With the digital age now, right?
Yes.
We've talked about this even in the board meetings before about how as long as you're explaining to the kids why they're doing it, that's all they want to know.
That's right.
It's not, they're not going to run through a wall unless you tell them why it needs to be done.
Yeah.
They'll still do it.
Yeah. And as Mike says, what are you going to get out of this, right? If that kid knows that he's going to get something out of it, he's more likely to pour more into it and to become leaders. And that's how we're more successful. And I like this history because I can tell you the board right now in LYF is amazing. And I actually look forward to the board meetings every month. So we're going to break this thing down. We're going to go to break.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to throw it over to 7-7.
77.
Yep.
Okay.
You're listening to Youth Football 101 right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We'll be right back after this break.
Oh, Ghost of George Washington here. Being the face of the dollar bill used to mean something, but today I just don't get any respect. But that's all changed with Lotto America from the Nebraska Lottery. People know that Lotto America only costs $1 to play, has a $2 million starting jackpot, and drawings 3 nights a week. I'm back, baby.
Calm down, George.
Hey, nobody asked you, Ghost of Andrew Jackson.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefit package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Hamann Jewelry, here to drop some knowledge bombs on how to wow your woman. Size matters, but not the way you're thinking, guys. Make sure you know her ring size before you even think about popping the question. If you aren't a surprise kind of guy, ask her. I bet she knows her size. If you are a surprise kind of guy, bring in a piece and we can get close to the right size. We will make it perfect for her when the time is right. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Hamann Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hey guys, it's Nick. 93.7 The Ticket is excited to be broadcasting this weekend from Stillwater, Oklahoma, as the Big Ten champion Nebraska baseball team appears in their first regional since 2021. From Friday through Monday, Austin and I will have pregame shows, postgame reactions, interviews, and other thoughts from Stillwater as the Huskers begin their road to Omaha. Regional coverage is presented by Mullen Motors, Sandhills Global, and Blur Events. It's NCAA baseball tournament coverage live from Stillwater, Oklahoma, this Friday through Monday on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plant for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an ExactEmerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
Del and Ed present A Kernel of Truth.
That's Ed's new drone. Why do a couple of Nebraska corn farmers need a drone? 2 words. Multi-spectral imaging. Drones help us farm more efficiently and protect planet Earth. Yep, Ed's a pretty good pilot. When he doesn't hit the broadside of a barn, that is. Nebraska corn. It's the plant that can change the planet.
Visit nebraskacorn.gov to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Youth Football 101 right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We now got new guests in here, and they're professionals. They've been doing this for years. They've been doing it for years.
Yep. They're absolutely professionals. We're super excited about having these guys here. This part of the show is sponsored by Tank Security Team and Tampa Bay Tornadoes, new International Football League down in Tampa Bay, who will be here soon to do some recruiting. Hey, listen, this is going to be so awesome. So tune in, because you really get to see an opportunity of Nebraska 7v7. And so the beauty of what we're talking about here today is where this league and where the community and where Nebraska is going to be in the future, because we're starting so early with guys who have amazing talent. And unless you've been to a 7-on-7 game somewhere, it's hard to believe that these guys catch as well as older kids. Obviously, we got my man Mike Lamano back with us, who's a big part of Nebraska Red Wolves. We're going to talk about that. He's with these two guys. These two are two of his younger players. We have with us Camden Olson, who started with us at 9 and turned 10, right, this past year. And then we have Ken Boggs, right, with us, who is only 9, who won't turn 10 until next year. Welcome, guys. Can you hear me? Say hello.
Hello.
Tell everybody hello.
Hi.
Woo. Good. Okay, so we're going to walk them through. So I know you guys, these guys are amazing, and I love talking to you guys at practice when I'm walking around every now and then. Tell us, what was your experience when you got selected to be with Mike on the Nebraska Red Wolves?
It was just really great having to be on the Red Wolves 7v7. We learned so much from the Red Wolves. It was just so good. We learned so many new things, and I love the phrase that we would say after practice, day by day we get better and better.
Okay, a little Husker action, right? Urban Swinney, right? Teaches us that, and that's really important. How about you, Camden? How's it been for you?
I was really excited because I didn't think I was that good at football, and I learned a lot, and I knew I got a lot better.
And now you're one of the premier players, right? I mean, you catch the ball so well. Both of you guys catch the ball so well. So where did that come from in the practices? How did you learn your route trees?
We had team meetings with the other team because we split them up, and they showed us our route trees every time, and then we also learned plays.
Good. And did that work out for you pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So what do you like? What do you really like about being on the Red Wolves?
For the two-hand touch, it's gonna help you get better with flag and tackle.
Very good. What do you like, Camden?
It's fun traveling and playing football.
Traveling? Wait a minute. Whoa,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
Kids in the hotel.
Traveling.
Wait a minute. You're 9 years old and 10 years old and you're traveling? Where do you go?
Well, I think the farthest we've probably traveled is Carroll, Iowa.
Yeah. How was that?
It was good.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah.
How about the competition out there? Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Good.
Better competition and older kids that are not in your grade and stuff. It helps you get really, really better. When you actually play kids your age.
I love that because it's so crazy that these kids are so much older and so much bigger. You go in there going, oh my gosh, next thing you know, every tournament you go to, you're competing, and then you come back home and you're excelling and you're amazing, right? I saw you guys Wednesday, right? Were you there Wednesday?
No.
Okay, but you were there Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And you were playing quarterback, you were catching the ball, intercepting the ball, right?
Yeah.
And that's all in a 5-month period, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen for you?
I don't know. They just asked me to play quarterback because they asked if we had any quarterbacks, so I raised my hand and asked if I could try, and they told me I'm quarterback.
You were throwing dimes. Go ahead, Mike.
A nice little arm on him.
Yeah, you did.
Is he next Tom Brady?
Yeah, I'm telling you, came out of nowhere that Camden was just throwing dimes, right? What do you like most about the game, Ken? What do you really like?
Cash.
Sorry. I've called you Ken 100 times. Cash. What do you like about the game?
Oh, that's hard. Like just like doing the right routes, like running the routes perfect and catching the ball and like just running it upfield, trying to get yards, like for your team, trying to score for your team, getting touchdowns for your team.
Yeah, I've seen you catch the ball and hold the ball out to the first yard line. How's that happening at 9 years old? Right? You're learning it.
Football, I mean, it's obviously
Football,
watching the older kids do it. I mean, they're going to emulate that, and then it starts making sense to them. I mean, it's everything you can, every little yard counts.
That's awesome. That's odd. These are already getting like awesome celebrations at this age.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, they are getting it done. Well, good. So how's it feel? How's it feeling when you're winning games?
It feels like amazing that your team like is winning games and you're like your games away, like not too many games away, like for the championships. So when you're winning like a game, so it's just like really like
That's good.
Pretty cool feeling, huh?
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys understand pool play and bracket play already, don't you?
Yeah.
Right? Kevin, tell me about it when you're going through pool play, getting ready for bracket play. Kind of what does that feel like to you?
That you get it's pool plays where you get like more chances that like everybody does except even the non-starting players get a chance to play.
Yeah, the repetition, right? And then you get into that bracket play and it's like, let's get after it. And how's that feel when you're winning some of the bracket play games?
It's really fun because you get to move on to like the higher level of getting to the championship. You're like more closer step.
So let's have a little fun here. How many, and you guys can work together. How many routes do you know? Tell me the route. Let's go offense first.
Offense. I know a post.
A post?
Yeah.
Good.
Fade.
Okay.
Ooh.
5 yard out and in.
Okay.
A dig.
Okay.
A slant.
Okay.
A curl.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Well,
A flag. A flag.
A flag? Okay. Okay, a flag.
I mean, he knows the seven
He
basics.
knows the
He knows
yeah.
the seven basics that we taught them.
And how old is he?
9.
That's 9. The only way I learned those routes is just playing Madden, and that's not the way. That's not the way I'm supposed to learn it. They're actually doing it. They're actually doing it.
Good. How about you, Camden? Same.
There's a comeback route. There's
Okay.
There's also a wheel route.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Yep. That's pretty good because you're picking up where he left off and saying, "Here's some more."
There's a fly route. but
Yep.
Yep.
That's good.
So Camden's got a few more of the exotics.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So now we're going to start with you, Camden, on the D. Do you play much defense? So let's start with the defense. What coverages do you know?
Cover 2, 3, cover 4, and man.
Oh, good. How about you?
Probably like check 4, check 3, check 2, man.
Good.
Check 2.
So are you guys out there talking to each other about these coverages?
Yeah.
Oh, they're chattering all. I mean, you hear them. They come out in formation. The offense comes out in formation, and you hear the chatter on the field.
So you're really getting it in out there. Yeah. That's crazy. And you feel really good with your teammates, right?
Yeah.
And being able to communicate with them. How cool is it to see a bunch of kids your age and you guys know the same stuff? How does that feel when you guys are talking to each other?
It just feel like really good for like kids our age to like learn this stuff that a little bit probably like teenagers and stuff probably don't even know.
Good point. And because you're learning football in the off season.
Yeah.
Right? Do you feel like this will help you in fall and tackle?
Absolutely.
Yeah. How about you, Camden?
It definitely is.
No, go ahead.
It's gonna help.
Does it help? You feel
Yeah.
good about that? Good. So, and now you have a big brother that's going into 9th grade or going to 8th grade?
9th grade.
9th. And you're able to talk to your big brother more stuff than normally you guys used to talk about because now you get to talk about football. Does he help you?
Yeah.
Good.
It's always a plus.
It's better like if you know it because when your teammates are talking to you and you don't like you don't know what it is, and if your teammates tell you it, it's better for you to do it on the
Nice.
field.
Nice. What would you tell other kids right now who can also be really good football players or want to? What would you tell them that your experiences with the Nebraska Red Wolves and Coach Lamano have been, and your other coaches?
It's really fun traveling, and it's a better chance to get the ball because in tackle you don't throw the ball as much, like twice a game in tackle. Yeah.
Good.
You throw the ball like every play in this league.
Yeah, and it's really good for two-hand touch, like what I said, like previous, that if this will help you with like tackle and flag football.
That's awesome. Are you excited about going and showing off or showcasing your skills? When are you both going to tackle? Or are you going to flex? Tackle. Okay. So you guys super excited about that next level to see how this works with tackle and the things because if a ball does go up in the air, you'll probably catch it. I mean, you guys are catching the ball. So tell me, Cash, what's been one of your unforgettable catches that you made? Kind of walk us through what happened, what you saw, the defender, the quarterback, the whole nine.
I remember one.
Okay, you're next.
I remember catches.
Oh, do you? Help him.
Remember that Hail Mary in like the first tournament?
Oh yeah, the very first game, it was like overtime. I was running a post, Hunter threw it, and there was like a whole crowd, and I caught it, and I would just never forget that catch.
I bet you
Ridiculous.
Won't. That's ridiculous catch. I actually remember that catch. Camden, what's one of your favorite catches?
The one, and I think the last tournament. I think you saw it. It was that one in the back of the end zone.
That was crazy. I was right there. Like, holy smoke. That's awesome.
And again, and how old are they? Again,
9 and 10.
9 and 10.
I got to tell you this. I was not doing this when I was 9 and 10.
No, you guys.
And I didn't know this when I was 9 and 10.
So people have to understand, these are not 5-yard catches.
Yeah.
These are
15,
10,
20 yards.
15, 20 yards down the field.
Not even Nebraska football could complete those kind of passes last year.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm excited about
Fans
what we're
banned
here
from
with.
Memorial Stadium now.
Natural and those guys.
No. I'm talking about when we had Scott Frost with Martinez. No, we're getting better. I'm saying when we had Martinez and Scott Frost.
Yeah. We are much better. I've really enjoyed the ride this years.
Rule.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
Yeah, Rule's done a good job.
I like where he's going. So these catches are like, how do you feel when that ball is sailing 15, 20 yards in the air down the field and you catch it?
I just see the ball and go for it. I don't know. I just
You
catch
don't
it.
think about it, right?
It's old hat.
It's old hat now. He's a
all
kid.
the time.
I just catch it.
Well, that is awesome. Hey, guys, go ahead. No, Cash, say it.
I just feel like when the ball's in the air, I just want to go for it, and I'm not really thinking anything. I'm just really focused on trying to catch the ball and try not to drop it.
Good. Having one mind. Have either one of you guys had interceptions this year?
Yeah.
Good. Tell me about one of your interceptions. Because they're intercepting the ball too, by the way.
Yeah, and we need to throw it to break after they answer this.
Go ahead.
I think was it in the last? Do you remember any interceptions? I know I had one.
Okay, it's fine. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we want to thank Camden and we want to thank Cash.
Did you think of
and
one?
Their parents.
Yes,
Oh,
I know which one.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Cam, remember when we were in the Omaha game? Carola, Iowa, and we were playing that Select 17, and you got the pick when they just got the pick. Remember that? Yeah, that pick.
Yeah, so they're getting pick six, and what do you do when you get a pick?
Well, in that tournament, you couldn't return it, so it was only 2 points.
2 points? Okay, well, good. Hey, listen, it's been fun talking to you guys. You guys are amazing. I look forward to watching you guys this season. It's going to be awesome. We've got Cash Boggs here with us. We've got Camden Olsen with us. We thank you so much. We've got Mike Lamano. We're going to stick around and talk about something for a few minutes. Hey, let's throw this thing to break.
Oh, yeah. You're listening to Youth Football 101 right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
If you've been putting off your health, what are you waiting for? The Summer 10-Week Challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is exactly what you need to kickstart your wellness. Farrell's gives you all the tools, coaching, support, and accountability you need to be successful. The 10-week challenge begins on June 8th, and monthly payments are now available. Head to fxblincoln.com for all the details. Stop taking your health for granted and get started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Dell and Ed present A Kernel of Truth.
That's Ed's new drone. Why do a couple of Nebraska corn farmers need a drone? 2 words: multispectral imaging. Drones help us farm more efficiently and protect planet Earth. Yep, Ed's a pretty good pilot. When he doesn't hit the broadside of a barn, that is. Nebraska corn. It's the plant that can change the planet.
Visit nebraskacorn.gov to learn more.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One last segment here on Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We only got 5 minutes left on this last segment, so what do you guys want to wrap up the show on?
So we're going to wrap up the show with Mike and talking about Nebraska Red Wolves and what he's doing as the QB guy. Could have talked about those guys for a lot longer, but this
and
is
they
really,
did great.
Yeah, they
Just
did amazing.
Again, they did awesome.
They're really good. I mean, that whole bunch, there's like 3 or 4 teams. They're just amazing. So, Mike, you've come in gangbusters to Nebraska Red Wolves. Seems like you found yet another home on top of all the things you do. And you changed the organization a lot from the style of play from the QB. You and I have been talking about some ideas about the future of Nebraska Red Wolves. And I just want to put that out there to folks so they know it's coming, and then maybe wrap up by giving them a place if they're interested in letting us know what they want to do. So let's talk about the future of quarterbacks for Nebraska Red Wolves.
Well, I think obviously we've got to start creating our future.
Yes.
And I think that's going to start off with, as you and I have talked about, starting our own essentially a quarterback academy.
Yes.
Or a passing academy where we're developing quarterbacks and receivers together, if
Yes.
at all possible. Instead of just having an open cattle call and letting anybody come in, start developing our quarterbacks based upon the fundamentals of quarterbacking, not worrying about all the highlight plays, but worrying about the foundational aspects of playing the position.
Yes.
And I think that in only 5 months with these kids, a couple days a week and weekends, that's a little tough to get that done. So we need to be I think we need to be a little bit more, and we're going to be a little bit more proactive in that and starting some sort of passing academy this offseason to really get these kids in tune. And the only way you're going to be able to play quarterback for Red Wolves is if you're part of our academy.
I like that. I like that a lot. That says a lot because there's some really good guys out there that are coaching quarterbacks right now. One in particular is an associate of mine, Tommy Armstrong, does a really good job. Cam, which is one of your guys, goes to Tommy. He's Tommy's guy as well. But at the end of the day, we have to really look at how do we make us more competitive when we're on the road. Yeah. We have amazing receivers. We have amazing defenders. We have really good quarterbacks, but we really need great quarterbacks.
Yeah, we got to get them over that top. Yeah.
We got to get them over that. And this really begins to facilitate that, where we've got to find times for those parents, and those kids who want to play quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, if they can get, anybody who wants to come play quarterback for us, wants to be part of an awesome organization, wants to learn and develop more than just on the field, because we also do whiteboard work.
Whiteboard work,
and that I think that's where we really excel this year. And film is is the classroom work, where I don't think necessarily our kids really got a whole lot of that before I stepped in and really started helping them understand, dissecting, and breaking down
not from
defensive coverages, understanding where we want to go.
I like that because that's, preparing them for, high school. Because in high school, you're doing that. So if you've never done that before high school, you're not going to be as prepared.
Yeah, I mean, you get a little bit ahead of the learning curve. You get used to it before it even happens, before it starts becoming an everyday thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is good. And for folks that are listening, or that when you review this or see this, it's really important. If your kid wants to play quarterback for a traveling team, to really get the fundamentals of being a quarterback, Mike takes the quarterbacks and they show up 30 minutes early to practice, and they do whiteboard, chalk talk, and then they do film as well as far as developing. And for those coaches that are out there at the high schools and LYF, this is a really good opportunity for your quarterbacks to develop. So you're throwing more in LYF, so your kids are better prepared to throw at whatever high school
they go to
when they finish. And Mike has a huge background in quarterback as well. one of the elite quarterbacks in the past out in
Washington.
Thank you. Excuse me. Out in Washington. And so what we want to do is be able to get them. If you're interested, you can reach out to tank@nebraskaredwolves.org, and I'll get you in contact or get you on the list. We have 10U, 12U, 14U, 15U, and 18U. The spots are going to be competitive and limited. So let's just kind of start the process now.
Yeah, get them in the door, start getting that foundation built, and start going from there.
Absolutely. Good deal. Let's take this out. Thank you so much, Ben. I appreciate everything you do.
No, I appreciate you guys. That was an awesome show today.
Yeah,
you guys,
fun.
that was a great show. Great show. Can't wait to, again, that was Youth Football 101 right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You guys will be right back next week, same time, 11-12. You're going to have same guests.
I think about for the first segment have the same or similar guests, but we really want to dig in.
That was a great conversation.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was great. And then the kids, you're great.
And the
that came on.
kids, we'll get some more kids in here as well.
Oh yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Thank you so much.
But
Thank you.
that was Youth Football 101 right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Coming up next, we have pregame with Nick and Austin for the Husker baseball game.
Okay.
The game that starts at 1. They are in Stillwater, so live there. So we're going to have pregame. That'll be coming up in the next hour right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Don't go anywhere.
Do you need your event or venue secured? Call Tank Security Team. Tank Security Team is Lincoln's #1 non-lethal security company. Tank Security Team offers first-class security with efficient and quicker response times. Hire Tank Security Team. No hassle, no headaches. Call Tank at 402-310-3589 and get secured today.
In a world where businesses are facing daily cyber threats, you need protection like never before. Don't let hackers and malware companies compromise your business success. Stay ahead of data breaches with Hamilton Cybersecurity. Let Hamilton provide you with peace of mind that your business is protected. Our experts identify and mitigate risks before they become disasters. As your trusted partner, we help you protect your valuable information. Hire your local cybersecurity experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work?